Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us again. I'm Calvin DeLude here with Quinn Keskonis. It's going to be a great day today. We have Cock Hockey rematch against the UNC Tar Heels after a big victory last night. Quinn, do you want to break that down a little bit for us?
Yeah, of course. It was a tremendous win last night, a great overtime win as the Gamecocks defeated the Tar Heels 4-3 last night at the Charlotte Knights Baseball Stadium with the game-winning goal by Jake Pushkar. And, you know, let's hope they're not too fatigued for last night because, honestly, I'm looking for a thriller tonight. So really excited regardless and just hoping to see a great game.
Yeah, no, definitely going to be a sense of fatigue for both these teams. A long drive back from Charlotte late at night. They played their outdoor game at the Charlotte Knights Stadium, so a cool experience for both these teams. South Carolina sticking with Tyler Tamoyne in net to start the day, but UNC making a goalie change with Anders in net. But I'm really curious to see how that goes. We're going to step away for a minute. We'll get to you for the national anthem and just before puck drop.
Number 4, And now will everyone please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the ninth inning of your Star-Spangled Banner.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. If you're just joining, I'm Calvin DeLude, joined by Quinn Sestoki. Did I say it right?
Keskonis.
Keskonis, my fault. Quinn Keskonis. It's going to be a great day, folks. We have a rematch of last night's matchup in the Charlotte Knights Stadium, South Carolina versus North Carolina. A battle of the Carolinas is underway here at Flight Adventure Park as UNC wins the opening faceoff. Tries a high pass over to his man on the wing. He can't grab it. Aiden Dunphy with some good defense there, but UNC and a nice shove there. That was Carson Scove, knocked the puck away for a moment. And coming out very physical from both sides. Flat pass across the ice, couldn't quite hit it, intercepted by UNC. Toss it back in the zone towards Tyler Tamoyan, who started last night's game, allowed 3 goals in 3 periods, plus a little bit of extra free hockey last night. So I'm sure he's a bit fatigued, as is most of this team. And a nice move there on the wing, deep in the zone for South Carolina. But UNC able to swarm that quick and toss it out of their zone. Little flip into offensive territory. Scove gets in front of it. Now he's going to send it in. And giving chase is Colin Reed with a nice move. Reed tries to center it for his man. Can't quite hit it. Now battling for it in the corner. UNC somehow comes away with it. And that was Kai Bonsukin who comes in, sweeps it up. And now Pushkar with an opportunity. Pushkar in the corner, centering pass. Nobody's there. Fighting for it on the boards, a big hit from UNC. Pushkar winds up with it, sends a shot in front, save, rebound, up for grabs, and it goes over the net. Not quite sure what that was. Sorry for you folks at home, but Pushkar with it, he's going to flip it into the offensive zone. And giving chase is Tommy Marvin. UNC able to get possession back, but South Carolina keeping the foot on their gas, and now an opportunity here. Pass in front, still up for grabs, and Tamoyan can't scoop it up, still over. Oh my goodness, Tamoyan couldn't quite grab it in front. Now UNC with another shot in front, Tamoyan with a blocker save. South Carolina sends it around, but UNC keeps it in the offensive zone.
Hey, we knew this was going to be physical here. This is the battle of the Carolinas after all.
Absolutely. And now Owen Noonan working his way in on his own, waiting for some help, fighting for it in the corner. And now a shot from the blue line. Too much traffic in front. Another shot blocked once again by the UNC defenseman. Opportunity here. Backhand pass behind the net, trying to find somebody open in front. Working his way back. Good stick battle there, and UNC able to force it out of their zone, and they'll get some fresh skaters on the ice. Trying to find Clavin there at the blue line. He couldn't quite get it, but now he winds up with it. George Clavin pass for his man. Tangled up in the feet of a UNC defender. And now they'll bring it out. Cross center ice and flip it into South Carolina's corner. Been back and forth action so far. Both teams with some golden opportunities just 4 minutes into the game. And now a high flip there, trying to get it out. Grady gets it for UNC. Behind the net with it for South Carolina. That was Jeremiah Campbell. He loses it. Now good opportunity for Servier Marcella. Marcella takes a big hit from behind. The fans are calling for a penalty, and they won't get one. Keeping the pressure on. Gamecocks can't get possession, though. A good hit there, but they're going to have to get back on side. Sends it into the corner. And now going to get it is Will Hilton, one of the goal scorers for UNC last night. Fighting for it in his corner. South Carolina keeping the pressure, though. And a good job there by Seamus Murphy. He ends up losing it, and now Grady working his way back into the South Carolina zone. And that is some great defense there. I believe that's John Riggins. Good pass to Grady. He's been very active on offense so far. And now Gutman working his way in. Big hit behind the net. Yeah, no, this has been very physical so far, Quinn. Both these teams using their bodies in every way they can. And now a shot from the blue line. He had a man in front off the stick of Evan Gutman. Just couldn't quite find the back of the net. And South Carolina clears, and they will get some extra energy on the ice. Oh, now golden opportunity here. It's Colin Reed with a shot and a glove save. So I mentioned before the stream, Ander Andreev starting in between the posts for UNC tonight. A switch up from Lucas Brown, and Andreev statistically not their best goalie, but he has the best save percentage on the team. So maybe just a victim of some bad defense. What do you think there, Quinn?
Yeah, I think definitely some victim of some bad defense, but overall, I'm really excited to see him get his chance here. I'm really excited to see. We already see some good saves already, so let's see.
Carson Scove wins the face-off. Got it back for his man, Matthew Baxter. He ripped a shot that didn't find its way towards the net. But a good play there by the Cox, working their way in, trying to find an open man. Here's Dunphy at the blue line. Flat pass across, got away from him, and they're going to have to get back on sides. Backhand pass sends it back in the zone. The Gamecocks are good to pursue, and they are on sides. And now a nice play here. That's Scove working his way in. He just couldn't get an open lane. It's going to go all the way back to number 22, Jeremiah Campbell. Nice move there in their defensive zone. Feed up the ice for Matthew Baxter. He loses it for a second, and now we're going to get our first call on the ice. Let's see what it is. I think they're just going to call offsides there. And so we will have a face-off near center ice. Pushkar in on the face-off for South Carolina. He wins it for a moment, but loses possession. And we talked about in pregame, Quinn, Jake Pushkar with the game-winning goal in overtime last night to give South Carolina back-to-back outdoor classic victories over UNC.
Yes, sir, that's right.
A staple on this team, but an opportunity here for UNC. A nice shot. Kicks off the pad of Tyler Tamoyan. Still working their way in the offensive zone. They lose possession, though. Now South Carolina back to work on offense. Good recovery there. That's Owen Noonan able to get the free puck. Behind the net, looking for somebody in front. He wasn't there. Noonan tries to come in, gives UNC a little bit of shoulder, but can't get the puck. And now the Tar Heels going to work. Here's Smith on the outside. Not the most packed house we've seen for Cock hockey this season, but definitely a good crowd. Have some standing room available. As here's a shot in front to Moyen. Can't get it. It trickles behind the net, and it will go out of South Carolina zone. UNC working their way up the ice. It's Smith. Looking for his man Adam Zukowski. But now it's taken away here by Lucas Van Molen. Van Molen sends it in right into the North Carolina corner. The defender falls down, but Tar Heels able to get back to work, working their way up the ice. Here's Grady once again. Grady, drop pass for Smith. Smith can't grab it. And taken away there for South Carolina. That's Angelo Castigliano, sorry. George Clavin with a nice hit on the boards, but UNC comes in, swoops it up, and a 3-on-2 opportunity. Here's Grady. Grady with a pass in front, blocked away. Now a man open, one-on-one with Des Moines. He risks a shot, and he scores. Right into the toy department for UNC. And it was number 9, Nick Gringa. He scored last night, gets another one today, and UNC jumps out in front 1-0. Almost 8 minutes into the game.
So, Calvin, what have you seen so far from both teams? What do you like about each team so far?
I think both teams need to get a better job at clearing the puck out of the zone. We saw it right there. That was really the issue for South Carolina. Just couldn't clear it defensively, and it results in a goal. But now they're going to get back to work. Still in their own zone, Matteo Marchesi had it. Now a giveaway right in front of the net, able to get away for a moment, but the Tar Heels maintain possession. By the net with it is Grady. Grady loses it for a second. Good poke check there from Scove. As Matteo Marchesi, who had it, lost it, gets it back. Looking for DuBois on the outside. DuBois working his way in. Slows the pace of play down a little bit. DuBois, centering pass, intercepted and taken away by Nick Gingras. And now an opportunity for him here. He just scored a moment ago with some good possession there. He loses the puck for a second. A nice defensive play by Carson Stickley. And UNC will have to regroup as South Carolina gets some fresh skaters on the ice. But an open opportunity here. Ritz a shot, and he scores!
What is it?
It was Kevin Ma for UNC, and the Tar Heels jump out in front 2-0. A great wrist shot finds the back right corner of the net. Tomoyen's pad just wasn't quite long enough, couldn't kick out. And just like that, the Gamecocks trail by 2.
Calvin, they're looking to me right now that UNC has something to prove. From last night's game in overtime, they're looking to get back right now. And so far, they're coming out strong, 2-0 right away.
Yeah, no, definitely a hot start for the Tar Heels, but South Carolina looking to get that back as here's Scove with some good pressure. They lose possession, and UNC really been doing a good job so far tonight of just swarming whoever has the puck, not giving them an open opportunity. As here's a shot thrown on net. Des Moines will cover that up. And so we'll get a deep face-off as we get some extracurriculars here. Get some pushes and some shoves.
It's getting physical down there, Calvin.
It's been physical all night, and it's starting to get a little emotional. South Carolina trailing 2-0 early. And I'm sure both these teams are tired. I know I am. I was in Charlotte last night for different reasons, but didn't get back till late. So I know these boys had a long night last night. So deep face-off here for both these teams. UNC keeping the foot on the gas, already up 2-0. They win the face-off there. Here's Ma, and that's going to be knocked out of the offensive zone by Matthew Baxter. So good play by him, and here's Colin Reed, who loses the puck for a moment. Comes in, Scope, picks it up, shot in front, save, rebound. Nice kick save. Reed with it. That was a good sequence there by Ander Andreev. Back-to-back saves with his leg pad, and now loose puck in front. Scooped up by Zachary Kodesh. And Ma working his way in once again. But South Carolina able to regain possession. 10:45 remaining in the first period. And a good job there by Aiden Dunphy to work its way in. He lost possession, but it's quickly picked up. Really strong defense from UNC, just not letting any open passes get through, and that's really been the nail-biter for South Carolina so far today as Aiden Dunphy's fighting for it in his own corner. And it's quickly picked up by Riccitelli. He gives it away at the top of the blue line. Shot goes just wide of the net. Another shot thrown on net. This one broken up in front. Good job there by Matthew Baxter. He'll clear it for South Carolina, and he's got Finelli down there. Finelli with a nice move. But some good defense there by the Tar Heels. Once again, they lose possession. It's going to get knocked out of the offensive zone as someone takes a high stick, and now a big shove on the ice.
Big shot.
South Carolina with a penalty incoming, so they pull the goalie a 6-on-5 for a little bit, and I think that is deserved. That was a high stick to the face, and then he gets knocked down to the ice.
This is something right here, Calvin. So there's sticks flying, there's bodies flying.
And here's Scove. He maintains possession for a moment, but now UNC finally gets it. And we're seeing some more pushing and shoving. It has been an angry 11 minutes of hockey. We have our first penalty on the day and a power play for the Gamecocks. Hopefully this can be a momentum boost that they need, trailing 2-0 in the first period. And they'll be sending number 18, Drew Smith, the sophomore from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. You know, appropriate that shipping off to Boston's playing when the Massachusetts native getting sent to the box. So an opportunity for the Gamecocks to turn the narrative of this game so far. They have their best skaters out on the ice. Jake Pushkar set to take the face-off for South Carolina. Still up for grabs. It's won by the Gamecocks.
I mean, look, from what I can see, the whole game plan for UNC coming in had to be vengeance. This is just something right here. 2-0 right away, still going, physical game. We're in for a good one.
Scove sends a shot in front, too much traffic. Rebound goes South Carolina's way. Pushkar has it in the far corner, trying to keep it in. He does a good job of that. And now at the blue line with it is Kai Bonsukin. Bonsukin with a backhand pass. That's taken away by North Carolina. An opportunity breakaway here for them. Good defense sworn by South Carolina. Tomoyan able to get out of the way just in time as bodies collide into the net. And the play is blown dead as the net comes off of the post. 1:25 remaining on the power play.
And what a great block by Tomoyan.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was some good agility from him. They're able to get out of the way of that. Pushkar sent a Tar Heel right into him. So it's going to be a deep face-off in South Carolina zone. 1:25 remaining on this power play. We've seen some good passing, a few opportunities, but just really impressive defense by UNC as they win the face-off. Now at the blue line with it is Ma. They're going to be offsides, though, so they'll have to regroup as Kai Bonsukin takes the puck and works his way down the ice. Finds Tommy Marvin. Marvin, his pass blocked by the pad of a Tar Heel defender. And now really having to work for it is Bonsukin. Grady with it. His shot goes behind the net. Carson Scove picks it up. And this has not been a dreamy-looking power play for South Carolina, but Scove working his way in with an opportunity. Pass across for Pushkar. Now Scove with it again. Scove. Good feed in front, but North Carolina's defense has just been relentless. A broken stick on the ice. And now only 30 seconds left on this power play, but a chance here. Just a little too much oomph on that pass for Colin Reed. It looks like Tommy Marvin skating hard, trying to get it. Here's a feed to Bonsukin. Bonsukin with a man in the corner. That's Reed. Reed with a backhand pass to Marvin. Marvin taking his time. Finds Dunphy. Dunphy working his way in. Shot, save, rebound up for grabs, and it goes just wide of the net. A really nice shot there from Aiden Dunphy, but a even better block save from Ander Andreev. And just like that, we are all even up at 5-on-5. A blown power play opportunity. They're 0 for 1 on the night. But still in North Carolina's zone as here's an opportunity here. Shot in front by Pushkar. He scores!
And he makes the most of it.
Jake Pushkar finds a way to get a shot off through traffic, and South Carolina makes it a one-goal game with 7:21 remaining in the first period.
Jake Pushkar, the hero last night and a hero right now.
Yeah, no, that was really impressive play from him. Couldn't get a goal in the power play, but just 10 seconds after able to keep possession in North Carolina's zone, work his way through traffic in front of the net, and Pushkar nets another one. That's 3 goals in 2 games for him, and he is just staying red hot.
He's just on fire right now.
Absolutely, and that is his 7th goal on the season. I mean, he's a staple on this team. He's a leader on this team, and he continues to ball out for this Cock Hockey program. A 2-1 game now with 7:21 remaining in the first period. And a little bit of momentum. Maybe that's the boost South Carolina needed to get back in this one. But UNC, oh, a big hit there at center ice. That was David DuBois laying the hit stick on the Tar Heels, but Hilton keeps it in for UNC. A shot hits the post, still in front, and the net comes off once again as we get a little more pushing and shoving, quickly broken up by the Stripes. 7:03 remaining now. No, Quinn, I know you're not the biggest hockey guy, but a perspective like this, I mean, this has been a fun game so far.
No, this has been fun. This is amazing. This is really just the energy between these two teams right now. It's really just vengeance right now between both. Even though South Carolina won last night, obviously trying to go 2-0 right now.
Yeah,
we're in for a great one.
Weekend series, trying to win both games, a battle for the state. I mean, we own the Carolina name. So deep face-off here. UNC wins it for the moment, but somehow Matteo Marchesi comes out with it. They're able to high pass it out of the defensive zone, just sending it into UNC's corner. They'll slow it down a little bit, take it behind the net, looking for an open man. And some good pressure there from South Carolina. That's Cam Gianek hot on his tail. And now Kodesh fighting for it for UNC. Shot in front of the net, couldn't get enough oomph on that one though. Taken in front by the South Carolina defense. UNC able to keep it in, and now maybe a bit of a hook there, but the refs say no call. Carson Stickley finally able to clear it out of the defensive zone, and fighting for it in that far corner is Seamus Murphy. In there with two Tar Heels, couldn't come out of that one with the puck, but able to hold off for a minute while South Carolina made a change. Pass off the glass, taken away there by the Tar Heels. And that was Will Hilton. Here's a shot from South Carolina. That one's blocked. It was Lucas Van Molen on that one. And something I'm seeing a lot from UNC is their defenders are still very involved in the offensive program, as that's an offsides there on UNC. Just got a little too excited to get into the zone to rip a shot. That was Cambage there, just a bit too in front of the blue line, so they'll blow that play dead offsides.
Just as you said, the UNC defensive end been great this game. Kevin Ma, we just saw, had the goal. So they're definitely involved right now. They're definitely getting in.
You know, very active on offense, and we're seeing Will Hilton. He scored last night for this UNC squad. He's been very active on offense, so just a complete UNC squad. The defense is really carrying them right now. I know they let up the goal late, but it was just a nice play by Pushkar. Now South Carolina trying to get some offensive pressure once again, but UNC just been relentless in their zone so far tonight. Backhand pass off the boards. Savario Marcella fighting for it. Now they'll bring it near side, fighting along the boards, trying to see who has it. And now a feed in front just went through the legs. Couldn't quite see who that was, but it'll trickle all the way back into their defensive zone as Richatelli rips it off the boards, taken away there by number 40, Florian Zajic. Almost taken away by Savario Marcella. Now Aiden Dunphy will go to work defensively. He gets the puck. Flat pass to Dunphy. Dunphy working his way in. He rips a shot and a nice blocker save. And he will hold on to that one. Andre Andreev, an impressive performance tonight. He leads the team in save percentage coming into this game with .909. That's the best save percentage for either of these squads, but he's got a 1-4 record and a .367 goal allowed average. So, you know, as we were saying, just maybe a victim of poor defense, but UNC hasn't been playing poorly on defense so far tonight. UNC wins the face-off, able to be kept in the zone there by South Carolina. That was Richatelli on the far side. And a good feed to his man, that's O'Shaughnessy. Pressure by the South Carolina defense taken away for the moment. That's Stickley with it. Oh, sorry, Matthew Baxter, he lost possession. UNC comes in, scoops it up. And now a call on the ice as we have an injured Gamecock. That's Angelo Castigano. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong again, I apologize. Didn't see what happened to him. He was down on the ice for a moment. He got back up, but we're going to have a call here. And for the second time tonight, South Carolina is going to be on the power play as number 44, Will Smith heads to the box for UNC, their second penalty. And only trailing by 1 with 4 minutes left in this first period. We'll see if South Carolina can net a goal and tie this thing up.
I'm interested to see what they do with the power play this time, Calvin. Let's see.
You know, it was a pretty lackluster performance on the power play last time for South Carolina. A good portion of it was spent in their own defensive zone, but Carson Scove in on the faceoff, he wins it. Tommy Marvin at the blue line looking for an open lane. Marvin sends it over to his man. That was Bonsukin. Back to Marvin at the blue line. Able to keep it in, avoid the offsides. UNC with some good pressure here, trying to get the puck out of possession of the Gamecocks. Colin Reed came away with it for a moment. Now he's going to have to fight for it in the corner. Big hit there from UNC. Marvin, backhand pass off the board to Reed. Reed with a man in the corner. Feed in front, sticked away by Andreev and knocked out of the offensive zone. So South Carolina will need to regroup. A good defensive possession there for UNC. But Colin Reed feeds his man on the outside. That's Marvin, sends it all the way around for Pushkar. Pushkar to Scove. Scove with it behind the net. Pass off the boards, broken up by UNC, still kept in the zone, trying to clear it. South Carolina stays in front of that puck. But it's going to find its way towards the middle of the offensive zone. Knocked out by UNC, and a chance for them here, a 3-on-2. Feed in front, and a great save by Tyler Tamoyan. A good pass in front for the Tar Heels, but Tamoyan able to get his blocker out just in time, knock it away. I think it hit off the knob of the stick. And a save for them with 42 seconds remaining on the power play. Now here's a rips a shot off of the shoulder of Andreev. Stays in play. UNC trying to clear, and they will successfully. Off a Carolina defender as Tommy Marvin will go all the way back for it. Under 30 seconds remaining now. Marvin regroups, skates around, looking for someone to go with it. A nice move by Tommy Marvin. Takes a stick from a Tar Heel, and it's going to find its way out of play. 16 seconds now remaining on this power play. And then another fairly disappointing power play for the Gamecocks, but a slight improvement of last time, but a golden opportunity from UNC, and they couldn't capitalize there in front. Jack Sangster wins the face-off for UNC. They take it out of their own zone. I don't really know why they did that, but now South Carolina back to work offensively with 7 seconds on the power play. Feeds it around for Finelli. Finelli, backhand pass, has his man at the blue line. And now we are even 5-on-5. Another opportunity in front, off the stick, off the pad. Drop pass there for Carson Stickley. And Van Molen had it for a moment, and now it finds its way out of the offensive zone. Tar Heels will get some fresh skaters. South Carolina still fairly fresh after changing with just 10 seconds left in the power play. Finelli feeds Dunphy. Dunphy working his way in. Dunphy. He'll bring it around the net, and some really impressive defense there by Kevin Ma, able to take it away from Aiden Dunphy. Very physical still at this point in the game. We have 1:20 remaining in the first period. And now a feed in front, up for grabs for a moment. Knocked away by the Tar Heels. That was Nick Gringra. And here's Gringra again. Feeds his man, working his way in. A nice move, but good defense there by Ben Riccitelli. Good shove, able to get the puck away, knock it out of the zone, and now just a minute remaining in this first period. South Carolina trails 2-1 to the UNC Tar Heels. Zajic hits it into the zone for number 21, O'Shaughnessy. Oh, and now a feed in front. That was a little dangerous. Colin Reed had to knock it down. UNC keeps possession. Looking for his man, O'Shaughnessy. He's fighting for it in the corner. Riccitelli had it for a moment. Now Colin Reed will have to go chase it. Chip off the boards, and it's going to find its way out of play with 37.9 seconds remaining in the period. We'll get a deep face-off here. So definitely a slow start for South Carolina, but they've been able to improve as the period went on. Trailed 2-0 at one point, netted a goal just after their first power play. Weren't able to execute on their second. And now just have to try and play some defense here with 35 seconds remaining. UNC with the foot on the gas. DeBoy couldn't grab it. Good defense here by Pushkar. Takes it away for a moment. Now Colin Reed trying to chip it up the ice. He can't. Feed across for his man. He's got Pushkar. Or sorry, that was Scove. Drop pass for DeBoy. DeBoy with a shot, and that just goes wide of the net. off of a Tar Heel stick. 11 seconds now. South Carolina with an opportunity. He sends a shot in front, and it's scooped up by Andreev. And we have a little more pushing and shoving after the play. 8.1 seconds remaining in the period. Andreev, really, I feel like has been the star of this first period with a lot of good opportunities for South Carolina. UNC's defense has been relentless, so the opportunities they've had have been golden, and he's been able to cover up all but one. Pushkar will be taking the face-off for South Carolina. We got 8 seconds left here. Face-off won by Pushkar. He's fighting for it in the corner. Good pressure here. Skov with it behind the net. He can't find an open man, and that is going to do it for the first period in the Battle of the Carolinas. And we got a big fight breaking out now. Even Andreev's getting in there. The referee's trying to break that up. Multiple fights going on, and Quinn, I gotta say, I'm expecting this expecting this level of physicality for another 2 periods. It has just been aggressive.
That's right. I'm expecting this the rest of the game. When we say Battle of the Carolinas, we literally mean it.
Yeah, no, I mean, they are putting the battle in the Battle of the Carolinas. An emotional victory for South Carolina last night in Charlotte, but they trailed 2-1 in the first period after 2 quick goals for UNC, but they were able to net one back courtesy of Jake Pushkar, and that is going to do it for us in the first period. South Carolina trails 2-1. We'll be back in 20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Calvin DeLude, and with my man Quinn Keskonis, and I got it right this time, right?
You got it right.
Let's go. There we go. We are underway here in the second period, fighting at the end of the first period, so we have a man in the box for each side. Our camera's unfortunately not working at the moment, so we're going to be doing radio for a minute as UNC with the puck, taking it across center ice, and a nice move there. Working his way in, rips a shot, pad save, rebound, goes UNC's way. They will regroup. Fighting for it in the near corner.
Now, Calvin, I know we questioned the fatigue for this game since the last night's game, but from what I can see so far, I don't see none of that. I don't see none of that.
No, exactly. A lot of energy from both these teams and a lot of fight in them. As UNC works its way into South Carolina's corner. That's O'Shaughnessy. And now pass back to the blue line. He rips a shot, save in front.